Hi. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, guys? Welcome.
Goodness gracious. That music's
My
hot. We're going to bring that down. Whew.
You guys are looking good. Look how good y'all look.
You talking to me or them?
Yeah.
mother. What up, peeps?
Definitely champ.
definitely.
Jib's not so much.
Whoa. It's
Oh,
the
hey,
baby beard.
hey, it's freshly
he likes
shaved.
the baby beard.
You see the sheen? Look at the sheen. Look at that. You
can
can
see
buff
my
this thing. You can
reflection.
eat off this.
Yeah.
Maybe
dude.
not, but you know.
Hey, but I like it. I like
See
the
where she's
beard.
going.
I like the beard. It's coming in.
It is.
baby
It's coming in.
Yeah, this is infant beard right here. This is like 13-year-old puberty full on. This is where we're at right here. Give me 10 months and it'll be back to where it needs to be.
Yes.
Hey, Lou Bear Pig, thanks for that sub, baby. And everybody who's throwing the subs out, all the follows already. You guys come in hot.
Yeah,
I
look
appreciate
at all
y'all.
these people.
Appreciate y'all. How's everybody doing? What's up?
Whew, look at all the people we got here. We got Zon in here. Lou Bear. Hey, yeah. What Champ said. Thanks for that. That's awesome. Frenzel. Was it Frenzel? I suck at reading names. Look, if you're new, I suck. But just know
Words
I
are
love
hard,
and
dude.
appreciate you.
Words are hard.
Right? Oh, Jeffy, what's going on?
Jeffy? Is that your
Jeffy?
name? Jeffy?
Which reminds me of Jeff. Oh no, that's gonna really show my age. Edgewood, what's going on? Good to see you, friend. Conniff, all the peeps are here.
Edge, what up, baby?
The theory is
I
here.
get-
Wingman. That's my
I get
wingman, y'all.
so motivated when I see Skull in the chat room.
Right?
When I see Skull written there, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. So what we're gonna be doing is, I don't know why I have this campfire video on for New World, but currently that's what we're rocking. All right, it's 10 hours of campfire or fireplace. Clearly we're inside, so it's not a campfire. Anyway, let's, for those who are new here, who've never been here, let's go around the bend. So my name's Jibs, and who you see below me, the guy that doesn't have the massive beard with glasses, that is Champ. And then further down, way down, way down, in my Texas, Solus.
Yes.
Our good buddy
Yes. The
Solus.
country of Texas.
Yeah.
The country of Texas.
First off, I don't appreciate what you said about my beard, so your name's going in the book.
I'm making a list of everyone that's betrayed me.
Everybody that's betrayed me. So when I get to New World,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, there it
one
is. Look
second,
at that.
One
Look
second.
at that book.
You like my book, huh?
Oh,
Pretty
man.
nice, huh?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's hot.
Beautiful.
K-Champ bought that
is
for me,
hot.
man. Pretty good.
Oh,
your name's gonna be your name's the first one gonna be added into it. So welcome
That's glorious.
to the book.
It's so good. So this is a just kind of like a hangout and talk and hype about New World kind of stream. And we'll play some. I gotta get the audio dialed in there. We're just talking and letting some stuff play in the background. And you know, guys, we're just like a little over a week out. Just a little.
7.5 days.
Right.
I'm not counting, but 7.5 days.
That's right. That's right. Oh, before we go any further, Loreseeker Cash could not be here. He's working. He's in chat. He's moderating. Make sure and give him love because we miss him. And real quick, and I'm so sorry to just dive in and cut you off. A day after, so Wednesday, there's our live stream for our show, our main podcast. So you can look forward to that. And then Wednesday also, to Eternum is releasing a brand new episode. Solus's show, which is,
Yes.
my goodness, the audio quality's fire. And
Blessings.
so he's his episode 5, and then we're backlogging those other episodes. They haven't come up yet, and I apologize. That's on me. They will be there. Anyway, yeah. So guys, 7.5 days out. We're getting ready to rock and roll. It's hard to play other games.
Dude.
Yeah, like nothing brings us joy right now. Like we tried Breakpoint, right? We're like, hey, this looks pretty, but it's not New World. So we just can't find the motivation, guys. We're
It's
sorry.
tough. Like, right, I'm content. You know what's weird? It's like the more you get into content creation, and both of you, content creators, Champ, you come from, way back before joining our show. You were RPing heavily in GTA. You were heavy in the content creation there. Solus, you come from ESO. It's cool because it's kind of been fun to watch you grow. Because I remember when you started, and now look at
Back
you
in the
go.
day.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Thanks,
It's been
man.
fun to watch, and you kind of get to this point where it's like content creation for anything. It becomes like a happy filler. It's like a game in itself. It turns into like that kind of fun, whenever you're doing it.
Content creation online, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly right.
I feel like it's what truly makes it a hobby, right? So all the other passions that we have that we're able to accumulate into one effort, like you get to game, you get to have fun, you build that community. At the same time, it's also your creative outlet, right? Yeah. So like totally, I'm glad I made the decision to jump into content creation. It's been fun ever since.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, shoot, we were just happy just to have you, join up on the team because it just makes sense. It's like we were never big into networks, but we're big into best friends. So.
Yeah.
We just become best friends.
Yep.
Gonna do karate in the garage. Yep.
That's right.
I think one of the cool things about the content creation is, like, for me, when I did the GTA 5, I was playing as a police officer. And as you two know, and some people at home know, I was a canine deputy for a period of time.
Right.
And so it was fun to be able to get in there and put my experiences into the role play. And I helped to bring some other people up in their role play. And so it got to be a point where, in the military, Celis, you can relate, we train men. That's what we did. I mean, 99.9% of the time we were training someone.
Right.
And it was nice to have that. And that's the thing about video games, right? For us, it gives me that ability to still be that bad I used to be, right?
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played. Well played.
You did good. You leaned into it.
My timing is getting good.
Yeah, the whole
by the time I start streaming gameplay, I'll have that on point.
Yeah, you will.
Oscar, where is Oscar? Let's go. Oscar, come here.
Oh, look at this. Burns showing up and showing off 2 gifted subs. Class to
what up, Burns, baby?
Thanks,
how you doing, man?
Thanks so much.
Oscar,
appreciate it, buddy.
Sorry. You want to say hi to everybody?
That's awesome.
Yep. The dog scares the shit out of me. So first off, like,
he's a good boy. Look at that boy. Look at that face.
I'm gonna let the. All right. There's not a lot that scares me, like just straight up. Not a lot that scares me, but hearing that dog's guttural roar on the other side of the nation, I'm like, shit, is he about to die?
Yeah.
Is Bruce getting it?
Right. The canine that I had, his name was Hunter, and he was a very heavy biter. And Oscar, I taught him how to do bite work and how to do like just different things, just because it gives him something to do. He's got the hardest bite of any shepherd I've ever had, and I've been bit by a lot of dogs, playing, the bad guy. And man, he has got one of the hardest bites I have ever seen. And it's pretty cool because he loves me and my wife, and I feel sorry for the person that he doesn't like.
One of my most fun memories of the military was being the dummy for the K9 unit, right? Just being out there in that thing. So first off, Iraq, freaking 120 degrees outside, covered up in that armor, and then the dogs just running after and biting the ever living crud out of you. There's something fun about that. I don't know, maybe I'm a thrill junkie. I don't know, but it was fun for me. Back to New World. One of the funnest things about being a content creator is for a game that's not out yet. Right. So we're all all right, let's go. 7.5 days until then. It's what else do we have? Let's go. Let's do this.
We're getting there. You're at this point, this is so special about, content creation, and really for gamers in general, because we only ever get this once,
right?
One time.
Absolutely.
It's so special. I don't really have where I'm going with this. It's such a good feeling. Good feeling.
Well, let me add to it. This happened to World of Warcraft 16 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Look at it that way, right? Yeah. So we are experiencing, we are in the middle of the hype season for a game that imagine yourself 16 years from now.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
What are you a part of, right? What are you a part of? What are you going to make of this experience? They're not going anywhere. I'm sorry, Amazon New World, they're not going anywhere. No. So get in for the ride. Oh, and I just saw those gifted subs.
Gifted subs.
Blessings.
Oh, that's awesome. Who we got
Blessings.
Here? Holy crap.
It's Cash doing the hand.
Cash
gifted 10 subs. Look at you go. Little toot.
Man's just slinging them out there like they free.
Like Krispy Kremes on a Friday morning at 6 o'clock.
You know what's crazy too when you talk about that and you talk about New World and you talk about being in the beginning. So JB and I, we've been together for some beginnings, right?
Mhm.
SWTOR,
Yeah.
Wildlands.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember. We did that Black Desert online. Don't get me started. But anyway,
I do remember that. Wow, nice
right?
poll. Sorry. Go ahead.
we slammed on all these, but I always felt like I was being drug into that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, man, I don't want to play
I
WildStar.
get it.
And then I just got really good at making my house nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this game, like I told you guys when we remember with the closed beta, JB.
Yeah.
Remember the term I used? This is my Lich King
Yeah.
moment. Again,
Feels
I get
like it.
that feeling, right? Of I'm about to play something that's amazing. And that's a
Absolutely.
wonderful place to be, dude.
Absolutely.
You know, the combat is super good. The sounds are amazing. The little glitches that they had in their betas, I've been in some betas that were horrid. And this one wasn't, right? I mean, it had its glitches and they're going to fix all that stuff.
Right.
I mean, and if they don't, they'll patch it later. Just release it on time. That's all I'm asking. I don't want another month.
Yeah.
Get another month and I'm going to Amazon headquarters and I'm talking to somebody.
I'm gonna write an email.
I'm gonna write an email.
Dear Amazon Game Studios. In a very professional way.
How dare you? I may speak to your manager.
When he gets back from space, I want to talk to him. Bring him in here.
Back from space.
Yeah.
Nice pull. Oh man.
Good.
Oh, did
You're
he
on it,
land
dude.
okay? Is he safe? Oh gosh.
To add on what Champ just said, again, in what other experience and what other time of an MMO do you get to say that the game is bigger than your character?
Yeah.
Right. So if you are max geared, if you have like the highest raid set or PvP set on Elder Scrolls Online or World of Warcraft, when that expansion comes out, you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to go one shot everything. I'm going to go through the main story in like 6 hours.
Right.
You are literally the bottom of the bottom right now. Right. The turkeys in Reekwater will kill you.
Yeah.
I can attest. I can attest.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing. I pissed off a turkey and it killed me.
That's awesome.
Karate chop.
Karate.
So yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, you know, like, first off, that Warcraft came out all those years ago, because it's, you know, like, you think 16 years ago or whatever, and like, you know, where was gaming at? You know, we did, you know, Champy Talk, you know, Black Desert Online and WildStar. I remember creating a show for WildStar when it came out, and this was the worst. This was the worst situation to be in as a content creator. Here's the chance you take when you do a show before the game releases. And by the way, back then that was the norm. At least in our department, because you know, Champ, we had Mog Nation, the community with Cash, Cash helped found, co-founder, and so we were known for having a podcast network, and we did shows before the games came out. Like that was what you did, and so trust me when I say, when we just came off of doing a show for Elder Scrolls Online the last 4 years, that was the anomaly. We never did shows for already released games. So anyway, you know, I remember doing WildStar, where Cash was in there with me. And we're doing the show, everything's fine. And then the game comes out about episode 27. And I thought, oh, this is not what I thought this was going to be. I have made a mistake. Mistakes had been made by episode 30. I was out. The show passed on and it lived for eons. It just kept going with the new host, and it was great. But it was just like, you know, you take that chance. Whereas with this game, you play it, and just those feels, man, the sounds and the world. It's amazing. It has so much depth to it. So much depth.
And I think what's interesting about this game, and it has upset a lot of people, so bear with me as I revisit this. Yeah. But it's been 3 years since it was a white paper sitting on a desk.
That's crazy.
Right? 3 years.
That is crazy for an MMO. I'm sorry. That's insane.
No, I mean, 100%. So there's a part of me that blindly just accepts, and I know that it's going to be solid when it comes out day one, because they had 3 years to get this right. And I don't know about anybody else, but from the Loreseekers team that we were playing with, it was almost a flawless execution on that closed beta. Like, I don't have any game breaking feedback. There's a couple nuances and whatever. I saw turkey flying once. I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But
Look at it go.
yeah, I'm like, that's cool. Somebody with a musket. Somebody with a musket. Get on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Gee, take it down. But other than that, like, man, like this was ready to go a month ago, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
This is ready to go a month ago. So when I get those questions, and I get a lot of them.
Yeah.
When I get those questions about, hey, how are the servers going to be? How's swimming? Okay, Roger, I get swimming is like a big deal for people.
Yeah, currently we're walking with bricks. We get it. It's going to get fixed. All right, we're good.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We want to swim. But like the server issues, not a single issue during beta. We're ready to go. When that trigger is pulled on September 28th, I would bet my career, and I do work at Amazon, I would bet my career that this game is going to go.
Yeah.
And you're either on for the ride, or you're not.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
Well,
Swimming.
Absolutely. Go ahead, champ.
No, I was just gonna. Cash in chat said that people are discussing builds, so I pulled my build up and was wanted to discuss that. So I thought you guys were done.
Let's do it.
No, what is it? Let's talk about it. Can you have a link?
I don't.
Okay.
Because it's top secret.
Oh, okay.
And if I show you, I'm gonna have to.
Are you gonna have to? Can I roll initiative first?
Roll initiative.
Hold on.
I hated that comment. Okay, so
on my Wednesday show, I talk about you creating builds and putting them on YouTube. So this better not be some secret shit that like I should have not said on my show.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't. You did sign an NDA, and so we're gonna talk about that here in about 10 minutes after the show. But let's get back to the point here. All right. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm gonna do a great axe musket, is what I'm doing. Now, before I was going to do the warhammer and the musket, or I'm sorry, the warhammer and the great axe, because I was gonna tank.
Yeah.
But in our 4-man group, the governor is gonna tank, and so I also have some plans that, stay tuned. We got some really neat stuff we're gonna do when this game comes out. I promise you. Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
Dude, I'm so excited.
Dude. Okay.
But we did some practicing.
Can we give him just a tease? Like, don't give him anything, but give him a little taste of the glory.
We're going to play the game in a way you've never seen an MMO played before. That's what we're gonna do.
Landon, thank you so much for the Prime sub. You're awesome, friend. There's a reason why people probably don't do what we're gonna do.
Because it sucks.
Because
it's a lot to manage.
Yeah,
it's a lot to manage.
It sucks, but
it takes the game to a whole new level.
Yeah. And then, so anyway, because we'll talk about this forever too. So I'm gonna run the Reaper build for Reap and Charge.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna take Execute. I'm gonna flip over to the Gravity Well.
Okay.
So PvP centric, locking people down, getting to them, locking them down with a Gravity Well, and you know, having most of my points are gonna be spent in Reaper. I'm not gonna take Execute or its 2, and I'm not gonna take the 2 add-ons to Charge. Everything down the middle I'm gonna take. And then on the Mauler side, like I said, I'm gonna take the Gravity Well. I'm gonna grab Heavy Pull, Enduring Pull, Mauler's Resolve, Gravity, and Revenge. So it's kind of a blend of both sides of the tree. And then in the change of that is on my musket, my plan is to run the Powder Burn with hold on, I don't want to tell you wrong because
Powder Burn. I'm looking for that. Oh, there it is. I see. Okay.
So I'm gonna run Powder Burn with Shooter Stance on the Sharpshooter side.
Oh, okay.
And I'm only going to buff out Shooter Stance on that side of the tree to a degree. And then on the Trapper side, I'm going to take Stopping Power and a lot of the bonuses from that.
That's a good
call. So it's a very big PvP centric, you know, if you try to get into me as a musket, I'm going to lock you down and I'm going to chop you up with the great axe.
Yeah.
If you try to run away from me when I pull the great axe out, I'm going to pull the musket back out and I'm going to dust you. So I went from the tank build because I want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah,
what I want.
Absolutely.
You want to crush spirits.
I want them to dream about how badly they played against you.
Right. Well, real talk, what it was is I really didn't like the fact that there was a couple of times where we PvP'd, you know, where we're out and I couldn't catch the person.
Right.
You know, I was running the Warhammer and the Great Axe. I didn't run the right stuff for Great Axe because I was more leaning towards tank.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, this ain't gonna work for me. Nobody's getting away from me again. It's just not happening. So if they're gonna get away from me, they're gonna get away from me because they got me first, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited to get in and get that done. But I think this build's going to be what I run from the beginning, and we'll tweak it as we go. And then I am going to do a video for this after the game. Once I get the game in, I am going to do a video on what my build is and how it works for me, show how it works, and show how it works for solo, and also show how it adds to like group content, right?
Yeah.
Hey, if I can build hype for Champ real quick. So Champ is a god among gamers, and that's a lowercase g out of respect. He is a god among gamers. He came from World of Warcraft, like years and decades of World of Warcraft, introduced himself to Elder Scrolls Online, and like 2 days later, he was single, like manning trial content. Not really, but like the dude was freaking rocking it, right? So I'm like brother to brother. I'm excited to see what you create, dude. Like I'm really excited to see what you produce. It's going to be good content.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
With retrospect to the bow, and I appreciate that, man, because you're painting me really heavy here. You're painting me a little bit bigger. I
don't mess it up.
I feel like I
Don't screw it up.
I feel like I do, but again, I study a lot, right? And but I'm gonna get beat up a lot too, so it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why I went musket, not bow, is because of the fall off, the drop off, right? So the musket's a little more true, and I didn't have time in the beta to really get that bow under control. I can't say that with Gibbles though. Gibbles got it down pat. So I think with me, I just, you know, for what I like to do, and you know, I like being a rifleman, and plus, very rarely do you get to be a rifleman in an MMO. So I really enjoy it. It takes me back to my army roots, my infantry, you know.
Oh yeah,
right here, baby.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
but
love and bravo.
You know, just love it, and I think the build's gonna work real well. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. What are you doing, Solus?
I'm all things tank, brother. So I want to take I knew it was coming to me. I want to take my segment and talk about like the strategy.
Okay.
So by all means, I'm tanking, and I'm going to be tanking obviously sword and board.
Yeah.
But the hammer, I'm going to be rocking the hammer, and the reason for that is the crowd control, and the hammer brings AOE taunt, right? Pretty basic. It's pretty common if you go to other builds and other guides. Pretty basic, but the strategy. Here's the deal. Right. This is the one game, especially in an MMO surrounding or setting. This is the one game that you can actually use military tactics. And we saw it. We saw Champ doing it during the closed beta, but setting up an assault element. Right. And a support element. I'm going to nerd out on y'all. This is full military. Bear with me. But an assault element of 5 individuals, a support element of 5 individuals, and you've got your 2 securities watching your flanks. Yeah. And fulling out, like doing a full out just raid. A raid on a strong point, pulling 360 security, looting, and then pulling out your next mission. But that strategy, that assault element, being the first to pull the trigger, being that wake with the shield and the sword and collecting everything that's coming at them, then that support element, right, running through, the assault element running through, it's going to be an actual strategic initiative that we're going to see come out of this game. And I guarantee you it's going to be those basics. It's going to be the assaulting basics, the infantry basics that Champ has mentioned, that I'm mentioning now. This is actually happening. And I can tell you from playing years and decades of military strategy games, this is what's weird, nothing has come close as to what New World is.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's a freaking MMO. It's not even like a military game, but I can see us going prone. We did it.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did it. Yeah, going prone, hiding in the bush line, seeing that poor little schmuck with a little yellow symbol, right? Poor little Covenant guy, right? Just walking, and then all hell breaks loose. We just brought the rain, right? Like assault element goes through, poor dude's dead. It was fun, and I see that as being the strategy more than like my build. But the strategy with me and Champ at the helm, hell yes.
What was nice about that? Sorry,
go ahead. No, please.
What was nice about that is I did more of the platoon sergeant role. I stayed in the back. I made sure everybody was moving. I made sure we had everybody. And the therapeutic feelings for this, right? To be able to be back in a line walking, right? To be able to be, hey, you're getting too far out to the right, bring it back this way. And when you read that we talk about light RP, we're talking about light RP in a military setting. We're not talking about we're going to make you talk in character on, in game. Nothing. It's nothing like that. If you want to talk in character, great. If you don't, great. If you want to participate, great. But like like Edge said, the patrols we ran were some of the most fun I've had in gaming in the last 10 years. I can say the same thing because I was able to walk in a maneuver stack and we literally were taking ground and holding it. And it was amazing. It was awesome. Plus, I had people doing burpees because if you do something wrong, you do burpees.
Oh, that was so funny.
Dude, that was so great.
That was the best. Absolutely the best.
That was the funniest, because I came right in the middle of it, right? Like I walk up to this group of like idiots jumping up and down. I'm like, okay, what is happening here? And it's my own people. I'm like, damn it, champ. I gave you one job. You guys are exercising calisthenics. Calisthenics in Eternum.
First time chat here. Jaws of Life says, I'm hoping they come out with one-handed hammers so I can do shield and hammer like a Captain America Thor build.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spear and shield. If you bring that out, I'm going back to tanking. I'm flat out telling you. You bring me a spear and a shield, I'm back to tanking. Hands down. But but the good thing about it is there were people that we had never met before the beta.
Yeah.
Right? We just met them right before the beta. They came in and they had a blast.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was fun getting to know the new people. And I can't wait to play with the other new people we've added to the community.
Oh,
and what's great about our community is when you watch our show, you know the community you're getting.
Yeah.
You're getting adults. You're getting adults that like to laugh. We like to have fun. Some of us are going to push content hard.
Yeah.
But we don't expect everybody to. And here's the big thing. And this is something that I'm going to promise all of the people within our community is you will make it through every dungeon. I remember talking to Pip. Pip had played ESO forever and she didn't have a team that she went through. She didn't get to do dungeons in ESO. And she played that for years. She will not have that problem this time. And so if you're not as quote unquote meta as everybody else is, we have a plan to get to a point where we're going to take people through and do light RP. We're going to be acting and having fun, and we're going to take people through the expeditions, and we're going to have a blast. We're also going to get together at 50, 60 deep and run PvP just smashes.
Heck yeah.
Right. And here's the thing though. Here's what I love. We were in our group, and one time somebody shot at somebody that was flagged, and there was like 9 of us. Remember that? And I made us do burpees because somebody shot at him.
Yeah.
Was it Viking? I think it was Viking. But that's another thing. We don't just roll through heavy-handed and just kill everybody we see. If you're by yourself and there's 9 of us, we're not even going to touch you because there's no game in that. There's no respect. There's no honor in it, right? So we just walk right by you.
Right.
That was Viking. Yeah.
Yeah. Viking says that was me.
That was me. I admit to that.
Oh man.
It's
So yeah,
so
we got on the screen. I forgot we actually had our own YouTube content. So I'm like, why am I not playing our own YouTube content? So anyway, Cash is in Reekwater. We have these videos out, and so we have videos called walkabouts, and so it shows him he's going through the zone here, and while you're watching these, he drops these lore bits and just kind of like facts about where you're at and what you're seeing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I can, I shout out Champ. I'm going to shout out Cash. That dude has put in so much effort, passion, and love, like sincere love for his craft, and it shows.
Yeah.
And it shows. I guarantee you, if you go and watch any of our YouTube channels, this isn't a weird pitch, but it's humbling to see the work that he's been able to produce in so little amount of time.
Dude.
So Cash, love, dude. Like amazing work, brother.
Just for clarity, for those who are watching, he's put out over 33 videos in just a little over 5 weeks. 5 weeks.
And they're all gold. All gold.
Yeah.
Like this,
especially the one where he wants to say he wants to play with both of our wives. Look,
and he made himself look cool. Did you see that? He didn't give the right clip. Did you see that?
He did not. What's crazy is, and so I'm gonna do something that I normally don't do. If you want to show Cash some love, go watch his video.
Yes.
Go throw a like on this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how he knows that you enjoy his stuff. And I'm not begging for you guys to, but just go look at the guy's stuff. And if you don't like it, throw it a thumbs down. Downvote the shit out of it.
Do it.
But what I'm saying is he has got some really awesome shorts, and there's some funny moments, and I'm going to tell you, we give a lot of funny moments out. So it's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
I'm a Hagart. Why does the healer not have a second weapon?
Ooh.
Well, the healer, I get what you're saying, because you have the life staff and then whatever you have back here, right? I think the reason why that is from everybody I've seen, they felt like the life staff is supposed to go with the gauntlets, right? So you got your CC, get off me. Let me put a wall up so you can't get to me, and I'm healing, right? I think they're gonna bring more in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, but just saying, be patient. They're gonna add some weapons, I promise.
That's the best part about this game is that it, being classless, like, and we've said this on the show, Champ and Souls, I think, even while we're talking in Discord, like, the sky's the limit. They can, whatever weapon you want to bring in, you bring in a whole nother aspect of the game. And what's going to be fun, I'm not going to lie, I look forward to the moments when things are extremely OP. Like, and it's just like, what's the flavor? Because I'm totally playing that flavor. Normally I wouldn't. But something happened, Champ, when you and I were playing World of Warcraft and we became pallies and we crushed people with just the two of us.
I remember when we started playing Paladins, everybody complained Paladins suck.
Yeah.
And we were, okay, folks, we would go into a battleground and he would go to one side and I'd go to the other. And the first thing we do was jump the healers.
Yeah.
And we would smash them.
Yeah.
And they would try to run and we just chase them because we had the steed. Remember the steed, divine steed? You just chase them down.
Yeah.
And we would just destroy them. So I like to take things that are not supposed to work and figure it out.
Right. Absolutely.
So in the future, when I put a build out, you might look at it and go, that ain't gonna work. Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Because I like to find those little builds that you have to play it right. You got to know what's up and just do it.
Yeah.
New world meta, don't die. Ain't that the truth?
Absolutely. Skadooshinator with the follow. Thank you so much. Silvano for the follow and Stoneloke for the follow. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome
so
to the
much.
crew. Welcome to the crew.
To ruin MMOs just for a little bit, when it's all said and done, it's one massive equation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you look at the math behind each build. Right. It's this. What do they call it? A Triforce Trident of the build. Right. Of an MMO. Tank, DPS, heals. It's all this massive equation. And right now, in this current moment, they needed to launch a game with some sort of heal mechanism, right? What needs to heal and what needs to crowd control.
Right.
All part of that master equation. So here's what I think. I think they needed to get builds up and running. They needed ranged, they need melee, they need tanks, and they need healers. They need off tanks and off healers.
Right.
And that equation spat out one staff and a crowd control secondary weapon. So I think in this current moment, the healers they feel like they're under geared, maybe. But I do see that changing as the game evolves, as the lore builds and there's more substance to the game. I think we'll start seeing some of those weapon systems get introduced. Yeah, I truly do.
Absolutely. Real quick, pause. Real quick. Dresden 288 says, just found your podcast today. Listen to the latest one. You guys are great. Keep up the good work. Hey,
thanks, Dave.
Thank you. And then I am Hager. Thank you so much for the follow. You are 100% right. This is like ground zero here. It's just going to keep getting better. And I love the fact, I don't know, I hope it's not just a one, you think of, I've always been big on this. What does an MMO add to the genre? Well, to me, New World adds a lot of things. And one of those things is getting rid of, really pushing to a classless game. That's not a private server. You know what I mean? You see that all the time for private servers. It's a classless thing. We did this. It's gonna be great. Until they sent us a cease and desist in 6 months. So
right.
It's just there's the ups. It's nothing but up. There's nowhere to go but up. And I think the fun part about doing any kind of game like this, that when it first drops, it's I can't tell people enough. Stick along for the ride. Just stick around and just see where it goes, because you can't compare this to a game that's been out for 16 years. You can't compare this to a game that's been out for 4 years. Day one, we've heard it from the director, day one starts on launch day. This is when it really starts, Everything they've been doing up to this point is just prep work.
So
real quick in chat, Bluntenstein asked, did any one of you guys play UO, which is Ultima Online, I'm assuming? I did not. I just never got into it. And either one of you guys?
No, I never did. Honestly, I never even really looked at it, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah, I did not.
Well, I think with retrospect and respect to what you were saying about the game and how good it is and everything, think about all the elements that it took from other games.
Yeah.
One of the things that Apex, for instance. Remember
Yes.
Apex,
Oh,
when
nice.
it came out, it had that ping system where you could ping danger and ping caution.
Yeah.
That's in this game.
Right.
That is in
right.
this game.
Yeah.
Call of Duty followed suit on that, right? They were like, whoa, wait, that's cool. And
Yeah.
this is an MMO that has a ping system like a first-person shooter.
Right.
There's none of
That's
that.
right.
There's none of that in any other MMO. There is none of that in any other MMO. And think about how easy that's going to be to mark targets when you're doing PvP.
That's right.
When you don't have time to tell a coordinate and stuff, you just turn your map, turn your camera, pop that thing up, and just keep doing what you're doing, and that gives your flanks.
Right.
Or like my job as the platoon sergeant in the back, I'm going to mark those flanks because I'm in the back and I've got full overview, which is why I'm going with a musket, because I want to still be able to control and help the front line and also observe the battlefield. And it's a big deal, man. And this game does that. So you got Apex, you've got the simplified way that the combat is, but complexity of how you do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the fact that people can do that.
Yeah. So the point of this stream is hype, right? I'm gonna totally get into this, right?
Okay.
2 feet into it, let's roll.
Do it.
I would not, even as an Amazon employee, I would not put my name behind something if I hadn't seen the behavior that I think reflects success. So if a game launches day one and it's super cool for like a month, it dies off. We've all been part of that. We've all seen that.
Yeah.
We have all seen games die.
Yeah.
If that was the future of New World, they wouldn't have hired the following, right? So the sound director of Game of Thrones and Westworld. Okay, that dude's not going to do like a one-stop shop. Like he, right? Like he's not like
there, and that would have been enough.
yeah, done. There's my story. There's my rant. But no, like they hired the best of the best, and you hear it. Go on to Loreseekers Cast YouTube, and you're gonna hear Cash's product of Reekwater. Just go into Reekwater and listen for 5 minutes, and tell me that this isn't an investment. It's not just like a shot glass. It's an investment, right? Let's go beyond that. They had the Call of Duty Activision sector director come over and develop the ADS,
Dude.
right? Like, right? Like, so if you ever shot a musket or the bow, you're like, wow, this feels weird. It doesn't feel like an MMO.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So
like,
good. So good.
it's not, excuse the pun, it's not a fire and forget. It's this guy's invested, this team is invested in building something that's going to outlast our shot glass. Like, we all want that arcadish like fix, right? They're in this for the long run.
Right.
They're in this for the long run. Lore team, there's an actual lore team, PM team. The lore team is their sole purpose. They come in 9 to 5. Well, they come in like 5 a.m. to like midnight every day. And this team, their sole purpose, it's not this hodgepodge. It's not this like, let's just see what happens. It is a lore team that has a mix of Lord of the Rings like authors. It's a mix of professional lore team members that are developing what you have heard from Cash, Jibs, and Champ. They're in this for the long run. I'm sorry. There's my hype. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
You're good, man.
You could go for another 20 minutes. I mean,
in chat real quick, guys. El Diablo Plays says, have already used that in PvP during betas. It is so much easier to go 2 great axes coming from my mark, drop ping at the guys, so much easier than trying to explain at where in details everyone in the group can understand. I completely agree with that. And then Brick78 said the sound in this game is literally light years better than any other game I've ever experienced. Me too. And I've been playing games since I was 6 years old on an Atari 2600. I'm 44 years old. I've been playing video games a long time. I have never, remember we talked about it in the last stream, I was standing in that place right there on that video, and it sounded like the Panamanian jungle. I have been to Panama. I stood in the jungle with the jungle warfare training in Panama, and that sounded just like Panama. Like it.
Me and Champ had a PTSD moment, right? Like me and Champ were in the same party. Like seriously, like if you struggle, okay, hold on, real quick disclaimer. If you struggle from PTSD, welcome to the family, right? There's a lot of people in here that have been through a lot of shit, myself and Bruce, and Champ included. Anyways, end of my disclaimer. Me and him are literally playing together in the same party. We're in these jungles and we're like, wait, hold on. Just listen. And we literally stopped what we were doing and we listened to the ambience and we were like, damn, dude, do you remember that? It sounds like we're back at training, jungle warfare training. It sounds like all these high speed things that we used to do. And we had this bro moment, like we totally broed out, like bro science all day long. But we were like, we were totally in that moment. We were like, oh shit, dude. And then we had like 30 minutes of a discussion about our military experience from a freaking video game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's special. Like that's special.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It, honestly, like, you know, he hit the nail on the head, you know, light years ahead of, you know, other MMOs. It's just like, holy crap. It's so engrossing. The sound, like, it just wraps you up, man. And all open beta, I had the music minimal. I could hardly hear it. And I had that ambience cranked the entire time just to take in the world.
Absolutely.
And, you know, like,
absolutely.
It just, when the way you know, Champ, you tell a story. Remember that story you talked about it was a closed beta when we were gathering and.
Oh, yeah. So I just get into closed beta and I'm just taking the sounds in and I'm walking through the woods and everything. And you know, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And you know, I'm trying not to fanboy too much because I was still defending somebody who was trying not to play this game. So we'll leave it right there. I get big ups, Cash. Big ups.
Big ups.
So I'm standing in the woods. I hear a musket go off. I hear the round hit the tree behind me. I hear another musket go off. It goes past me, and I literally can hear it because unfortunately I've been in a two-way live fire before, and it literally, the sound traveled just like it was supposed to, and it hit that tree, and I heard it thump that tree, and I'm like, I think I'm in love. And it was and because I'm a sound guy, I listen to all kinds of music. Don't care about the lyrics. Could care less what the lyrics are. I listen to everything from classical music to guar. It doesn't matter. if the drum beat and the music is solid and it's very well performed, I love that. But this game takes it to the next level, and it's nuts. It is so crazy. And in chat, I got to say this name: Toilet Paper Roll. The sound of trees falling is so satisfying. Yes. Until one falls on you and you're like, we're running through with in-game chat on, and I'm yelling, you could have yelled timber.
Yes.
Oh, that was so good,
yes.
man. So good. So good,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yes.
It's cool when you stand on a mountain, like not a mountain, even like what we're watching right now. So like if you're on top of that cliffside, which isn't even maybe like 40, 50 feet above where everyone's walking, if you just stand up there and listen, the way the ambience echoes,
it waves up.
Yeah, it's just oh my gosh, like they are nailing it. Dr. Shadow, thank you so much for the follow. Aaron for the follow. Ton Wonder Kid for the follow, and Haggard for the follow. You guys are awesome.
I do want to address, and this is going to be another soapbox, bear with me. I do want to address a question, Jaws of Life 1405. So thank you so much for this question. Amazon also likes money. What are your thoughts on continuous income to continue to develop content for the game, subscription base or microtransactions? All right. Disclaimer. Okay. This is the last time I want to bring this up. I do work for Amazon. Disclaimer. So this might be totally biased. Hear me out. We have never cared about profit. In my 9+ years of working at Amazon, I have never seen a white paper or any sort of financial report that said, how do we become more profitable? Okay. It has always been about an empty seat that they had left at the table. Is this the right decision for the customer? Now, whether you believe that, whether or not that speaks to you, to each their own. But as an Amazon employee for 9 years, that is a belief, that is a principle, that there's an empty seat at every decision-making process. This game is no different. This game has been delayed for 3 years, delayed over 18 times because they didn't want to release a trash product. They're losing money. Right? Think about it. They're losing money by not producing this game, having a free open beta 2 weeks before the game's launch. Okay, so consider that. I will, again, put my career on the stake here. Amazon is not interested in your money. They're not. There has been no mention about a monthly payment. There has been no mention about a subscription. There's been no mention about any of that. It might come, But in this current moment, they want you to pay for the $40, whatever that is, that initial $40, and then enjoy the experience. Enjoy the experience. And the involvement that I've had, I've been involved with this game for 3 years since the pre-alpha. I saw the white paper that was on the desk, right? From the very inception of this idea that wasn't even called New World at the time. This was about what is the best product for the customer. What can be engaging for an individual who is sitting at their desk in between work, in between shifts? What is going to bring them into a community? And that is what speaks. That's why my show is based off of community. That is what speaks to my soul. And I truly feel that they're not interested in money. They're not. And there's nothing indicative of them wanting your money, right? Like somebody in chat tell me otherwise, right? Like they want your $40. Like let's pay for the game. Let's pay for the game. But you don't see anything else. There's nothing else.
Red Poo Win said Amazon interests your time and your soul. They already got my soul.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was to pick my camera up and walk to my front door, my wife she's got Amazon boxes for days. Anybody need to move real soon? Because I got plenty of boxes you can borrow. I'm just saying there are plenty. But
Yep.
I think the big thing, and to caveat off what you're saying, is I love the fact that they came out. Here's the game, pay for the game, love the game. We'll figure it out. I'm fine with either model. I'll pay a subscription.
Yeah.
And I'll also do microtransactions because I'm telling you right now, have you seen the fire costumes that are coming out? The skeleton face. Oh, you haven't seen those?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh. Let me try to find.
Send me a link.
Let me try to find. Let me try to
Let's do this.
All right, so real quick, while he's looking for that, I like what Waterbear had to say. First off, I like what you said. Wow, about said Silas Solus. Waterbear chat says, I think Amazon's business model is all about customer satisfaction and market disruption. I'm going to tell you right now, when this game comes out, it's going to disrupt the MMO market, and I can't wait. I can't wait. We as MMO gamers have needed this. This right here, what we're getting ready to experience in just a few days for years, because we've been waiting. And think about it. It's a genre that's always, at least in the last five plus years overall, it's kind of struggled. It's struggled to really find mainstream. It's always been kind of its own niche, which has been cool for communities, but you need disruption, and this is it. It's going to, the sound, we talk about it, the ADS. I have never played an MMORPG that feels like I'm playing a third-person FPS when I'm shooting.
Yes.
Like it just, it doesn't compute. It just normally MMOs are always kind of, they kind of feel a little gimmicky on certain things, and that was always one. Shooting, firing things. It never ever felt close like an FPS. This does.
Yep.
Check your messages. It was a YouTube video I watched. Now, for everybody in chat, there is some spoilers in this. Okay, so if you don't want to watch this, but if you want to show the costumes, they're in the YouTube video I shared to you in chat. It's in our personal chat for Discord.
Oh, in our personal chat.
Yes,
Okay. All right, let me switch. I'm gonna switch scene real quick so they can watch this for a second while I switch over.
And what you can do is you can pull them through and just show them the still pictures of it if possible. That way we don't show any spoilers. Can you do that, JB?
Can I do what?
Can you just show the video and then just show the stills of the stuff? Not, so I'll give you times.
Okay, yeah, you give me times and I'll pull that in another window. So there we go. That's what we'll do.
Okay, so 40 seconds.
40 seconds. Okay, stand by.
And this video is coming from Damone Kim. He's pretty cool dude. I love the fact that his bed's unmade behind him. He don't care.
Oh,
he just threw a video up.
My gosh,
I love it, dude. He don't care about his bed. He's like, whatever. Because here's the deal: if you put great content in, I don't need it.
But, oh, I gotta bring back my bad. There we go.
Yeah, your cameras are all messed up here.
Hang on. There we go.
Good, dude.
Is this your first day?
It's my first time. Be gentle.
Okay, so there's one of the armors that is supposed to be purchasable.
Sick.
Right there.
Oh my gosh, this is Champ. You've played For Honor, right?
Yep.
This screams the dude with the flail. gosh, what's his name? You know what I mean,
don't
though?
remember.
The knight
I don't
from
remember.
there's from the Knight faction. I can't think of his name. Anyway, has the flail. This is amazing. Look at this.
Okay,
stuff.
I'm gonna make you even happier.
Okay.
Go to 113.
113.
113.
113.
This is
Here we
me
go.
all day right here.
113. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh wow. I love how it's kind of like, oh, is that oh, I thought it was ripped. Look, it's like that's how it was stitched. Wow.
It's good, right? Oh, and by the way, creative director that invented Fortnite. Just dropping more little Amazon nuggets. Creative director that invented Fortnite.
That's what it's. You ever when you're talking with your friends and you're just chilling, around a campfire, a few beers, whatever, and you're like, what if you could name these people? What if you could pull this person from here, the Game of Thrones music guy over from here, the guy from Call of Duty? It's just like every piece that you'd ever want in your all-star team is just like, oh yeah, hey, we're here. We're making this game. This is crazy.
Next, 129.
129. Oh, look at that. That's so. It's an armored jester. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Wow.
He's like a jester that will cook you a lovely cake.
He looks like a jester that will F you up.
Right? It's like you didn't give him a tip too many times.
He gonna tear you up.
Oh my gosh.
I thought about Budgie. Remember Shut Up Budgie? Well, of course you do, because he's in the,
there he is.
Dude,
Right
remember
there.
he ran around? Yep, he's right here in chat. You remember that thing he was running around on that scared most people?
Yeah.
This is him all day long. I thought of him when I saw this. I'm like, this man is going to be so happy.
This has made your day.
Okay, it keeps getting better.
Okay,
so
all
now these are go to 202.
202. All right, stand by. We're almost
Yes,
there.
and Jeffy said, keep in mind, you can dye everything. You can dye everything.
Oh,
That's right.
Whoa.
So which means for me, everything's gonna be red and black. Because that's just the sexiest
What about that, dude? What about that, huh? Huh?
What is that?
It's a face mask.
What am I looking at? Oh,
It's a face mask.
okay.
This is
Hell yeah, dude.
crazy. Looks like they just. I like it. It looks. I miss. Granted, this is. This is blowed up.
Don't read it.
I'm not going to.
Don't
I
read
couldn't
it.
help myself.
I saw it. I saw it at the same time. Don't read that. Don't do it.
Okay.
Jeffy, I have the weirdest right now. Just don't read it. Very well done.
That's hilarious. So I like
210.
this. I like 210. Okay. I like this though, just real quick, because it looks like it was carved out of the tree, and I look forward to seeing that in game. All right, 210. 210. Oh, okay. Oh, look at the textures on that. It's You can see the wood. That is so cool. I tell you what, they're nailing textures on this game. Just real quick, like it's so refreshing to have a new MMO that's next gen. It's just, it's good.
Sounds, visuals, gameplay, marking, everything they're doing, and they're taking the things that we said this is the best thing about this game, and they put it in this game. They're amazing. Now, this next one, 225.
225. Oh, okay.
This is gonna make a lot of people hungry.
This is gonna make a lot of people happy for Halloween.
God, I can't wait for Halloween.
Look at that. Man, the models on this are just like,
Yes.
It's so nice. Regardless of whether this is your jam or not, like these styles, just appreciate the textures and the modeling that's went into these. Like, I'm not going to wear this at all, ever. Let me be clear. I'm never going to wear this or the previous one. But
this is ridiculous, but
I love the way the modeling is. It's so okay. All right. What's the next one?
The next one is not it's go to 239.
239. Oh,
it's not a mask, but it's a kitty cat.
Look at that. I'm assuming it's a house pet.
Yeah,
I like
at least it's not bright, glowing.
Oh,
and it looks like something you'd actually find in a turnip, right?
That was my only issue with the betas, because it was so out of place. Like, I remember walking in there and I didn't know what was going on. I walk over and like, wow, that's a really That's
Every time I filled out the thing at the end to talk
Yes.
about my experience, I said, please take that cat the hell out of this game.
Yeah.
Get it
didn't
the
fit.
out of here, all right?
Yes. I
That's
didn't know
right.
what was happening. I'm like,
That's
why is
right.
this thing here? Why is it on the front porch? Is this a reward? Oh,
We talk
Rainbow
about
cat.
immersion, and there's nothing less immersive than walking into a city and there's rainbow crap all over the place.
I think that cat was legit the
100%.
brightest thing in the entire game.
Yes, hurt my eyes.
Yeah. All right.
253. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna jump in. You missed the mummy looking one. Scato Shitnader.
Skadooshinator.
Shitnader. I hate butchering people's names, man, because it makes me feel bad. Look at this mask.
Ooh.
This is pretty gnarly.
This looks like.
But
Oh,
he
that's
said I missed the
cool.
mummy one. I haven't seen the mummy one. I will
Give us
say
a
I haven't seen the
time.
mummy
Give us a
one.
time frame. Give us a timestamp. I
looked
love
at-
this. This is like, man. I tell you what. This totally harkens. I'm going to talk about it again all the time. I'm sorry for Hunter though. Like this totally reminds me of like the what's the Asian faction? I don't remember the name, but this is just like classic Oriental style to me. Like
Samurai.
Samurai.
Bushido.
Thank you.
Take the
Yeah.
horns off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. Because
Yeah.
I like that whole perspective of like, like invoking fear into whoever you're getting ready to fight.
Yes.
Like I love that's one thing I loved about Blackbeard the pirate. Whenever he light the tips with cannon line just to have that smoke and that presence of just love this. Suits TV for the follow, Plug MMO for the follow, and Puck for the all these. There's a lot of follows. Thank you everybody.
So Plug MMO says, I want it green. Again, anything is dyeable. So if you're able to either purchase from the store or earn it through a quest line, anything is dyeable. So even the in-store masks, and I've done this, I've tested it. Anything that's in store, anything out of store, anything that you earn, you can dye and customize anything. So if you see this mask right here and you're like, you know what, I want that green, it's yours. You can make it happen,
so
and I
cool.
can attest to that. It can happen.
That's cool.
So cool. So cool.
Give me another number.
That's it.
Show me
That's
the
it.
glory.
That's it.
No.
I saved the
So
demon
good,
one
dude.
last, but that's it. And then in chat, Suits TV said, "Hey chat, are these skins part of the cash shop?"
Okay, yeah,
In the video that these are in, I understood that they would be in the cash shop possibly, but I don't think he really specified. You can watch this gentleman's video, and again, he's pretty informative on it, but I don't remember. I watched this really early this morning, and I'm old, so I probably forgot already. But it's pretty neat, and I'm willing to. They're going to take my money. They are going to take my money, and let me tell you something else. My wife's playing this game, and she gonna have to be dressed good. I'm gonna spend a ton of money on cash shop outfits. It ain't even gonna be funny, man.
I'm giving shout outs all during this stream. Hey, K-Champ, phenomenal work on your husband. There are some amazing things that she's getting for Champ over here, like an engraved mug and the outfits that you're going to be seeing Bruce in, like our Champ in. Like, dude, K-Champ, thank you so much. It's showing. It's amazing. I love it.
Really good. I love
it.
Is there any way you could show the bottom of that mug?
I'd have to drink the rest of it.
Oh, okay. You still got. I mean, like, can you,
chug.
I need you to
He's
dig
doing it.
deep. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that coffee? Are you chugging coffee?
Channel that 80-second airborne in you and get it down there.
Yeah, well, I usually drink liquor fast like that. Regular stuff doesn't work.
I'm gonna just dive deep in there. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, so there's another question from chat.
Moving on.
While he's polishing that off. Let's see. I saw one earlier. I'm trying to find it. Okay, there's the cats. I think you answered it. So is this part of the cash shop? Okay. Oh, there are. So Loreseeker Champ. What's that say? Lo, they do call me. They do bid me take. They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever. Skull. That's so freaking cool.
Greatest way to motivate me.
Yeah.
Greatest
right?
way to motivate me. Hell yes.
Oh man. We're letting Jibs read it. Thank you, Cash. Yes. Thank you. The struggle is real, my friend.
Yes,
It's always
yes,
real.
Loremere, that was bought off of Etsy. It was handmade, hand engraved.
Etsy is the best stuff.
So good.
You know what? on our next show, I'm gonna get the site for this and the person's name and everything like that, and we'll put that on our show, or we'll add it to the show notes on when we put our YouTube channel up. I'll have him add that to the description, and because this is a very beautiful cup. It's very well made. It's lacquered on the inside. Yeah. It's beautiful. So just big ups. Same thing with the book that I talked about earlier. This book that I got. This is Etsy again. Some of the people in this world have such. Some of the people in this world have such a talent. Good. Look at this book. Look at the pages of this book. It's a leather bound. It's got the strap that wraps it. The stitching in it, amazing. Again, I'm gonna put the link for both of these items and the people who made these off of Etsy, because what fine quality. And I'm gonna be using this for our RP sessions, because little do you know, we're actually gonna do some RP where our characters are, and this is gonna be.
Oh, we're getting into that. Yeah, we're getting into that.
The chat says they all of a sudden have 100 orders.
I hope so. Hey, you know, small businesses, you know, people making things out of their homes. It's, you know, supporting that right now is more important than ever right now. Yep. So, you know, and it's just, if it's a good quality item, that's a good quality item. I'm asking how much you said you bought them. I'm thinking about fumigating this here chair.
So while we're in this conversation, to quote Velvet Christ, I'm assuming it's Velvet Christ, quote, behind every great man is a great woman. Preach, dude. Preach.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to call out Cash's wife. Cash's wife. So the next time that you see a live show from the Loreseekers and you see Cash on video, that like wooden display that he has behind him done by his wife.
Yeah.
Kudos.
And just
kudos, man.
Just to give further props, she has put together something for him every show we've done. She had the what was it? Was it the Ouroboros casher in here for ESO? For there's actually a YouTube short on it. So if you go to youtube.com / you search Loreseekers podcast for New World, it'll pop up there. We can check it out right here.
Yeah, just show it right here.
Yeah. But she's made one when we were in Ashes. She's absolutely crushing it. Let's see, where is it at?
It's incredible.
Playlist.
It's incredible.
I put it in chat. You put it in chat.
It's probably.
It's in chat.
There it is. I see it.
Oh, that's Cash. You always know he's super serious whenever he puckers his lips up. All right, there it is. There it is. Yeah, that's right, Cash. I'm in control of the mic. You just have chat. All right, so anyway, is this it?
I linked it in chat, like in Twitch chat.
This is chat. I got it. This is the one. Sorry, I didn't want to disrupt the cams again. All right, there we go. Master Crafter, Cash's wife, Molly.
So good.
It really is. So that's when they were starting it. Let's see. Oh yeah, she hand drew this map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's when
we
were
good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, just some people and their abilities.
Right? Like, look at that.
Right?
It's a gift. It's a gift.
It's insane. And then, okay, I'm just going to shut up and hit play.
It's incredible, man.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. I'm going to pause it right there. Wrapped those axes with real leather.
Mm-hmm.
Scuffed them up.
Oh, it's so good. Absolutely
amazing. And she does these backdrops behind them for every show she's done them. Like, there it is. There's the full. It's so good. I'm going to pause it right there. That's insane.
You know what else it is? It's freaking humbling. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm recording my voice.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, she's demonstrating like next level, next tier. Yeah, like content creation. I mean,
she leveled up her crafting. She leveled up her crafting real early.
Yes, she did. She wasted no time.
She did. That's right.
Absolutely amazing, though. So anyway, I can't tell you how many numerous times people have always talked, referencing if she could make things for them.
Yeah,
she's so talented at it.
Cash said she literally had a blowtorch in the living room, and I was like, hey, can we discuss our plan here?
This may be a mistake.
Which is really funny if you know Cash and what he does for a living.
Right? Exactly.
Fire is kind of his thing. But hey, real talk, Cash, she probably needs to open up an Etsy store.
Right.
And I will help her run that shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Breach.
No
Yes.
kidding. There's what I was looking for. Evans scale reach walkabout. I'm still stunned at just how, as this buffers and it's clearly not HD yet, how good this. What was that bird? What was that? Do you guys? Are you seeing this on stream?
Yeah.
What was
Seeing
that?
now.
What was that
That's
thing?
a peacock, bro.
That was a.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, man.
I just saw the back end of it.
I knew it. I
speechless.
knew immediately that
I
was a
don't know what
peacock,
peacocks
or it was a
sound like.
really big, or it was a triceratops that was really thick. One
You're
of the
being speciesist.
I'm being
Speciesist? What is this?
Cash says that's a peacock, Chips. Thank you very much.
Jeez.
There, it cleared up. Okay,
Ridiculous.
so I just can't get over how good. What's that thing? Is that another one? That's another one. That is okay. All right.
You're
You're gonna
me
make
up,
a
dude.
you're gonna make a short of this
So
too,
good.
Cash. It's not at your expense, so I know you're all about that. Oh, this is hilarious.
That bastard peacock scared the out of me.
I just saw that.
That's so funny.
Jeffy's on a roll, man. Like, if
Jeffy's
y'all want to
killing it.
rewatch this on VOD, look at all of Jeffy's comments, man. Like, some of it we can't repeat. We can't
Been
repeat.
killing it. Been killing it.
How cool is the campfires in this game? You're like
The fact that they level up too, as you
Yes.
level, as you level up, they level up.
Yes.
So, I'm in the process of writing something. So, in my notes, your camp tier 2 comes in at 15. Camp tier 3 comes in at 25. So, and camp tier 4 is at 40. So your camp levels up with you, showing the progression of your person.
Yeah.
I absolutely
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yes.
That's so cool. That's like, and again, that gives you something to look forward to. Like I am not about to bash anybody working on videos how to get to 60 fast, in like 5 hours or whatever. But you're doing yourself such a disservice if you're doing that. Like you're missing
Man.
so many things with this game that makes it this game, and one of those is just taking it all in, kind of like we're seeing here, and then arriving at those levels. It's like it constantly is giving you things to work towards.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
worst
And one
thing you
thing-
can do is blow by it.
Right. And Master kind of made a good point. You have to stay on the quest chain at the beginning until you unlock the first tier. If you don't do the quest chain when you first start out, you won't get the camp. So
Yeah.
just know that when you first start out, you really need to stay on that and stay on your quest chain up into what, 15?
Yeah.
15 is where you really need to get, right?
Yes. Yeah. So let's actually talk about that real quick. One of the things that I definitely want to harp on is exactly that. Stay on the main story quest line until roughly 12 or 13. And exactly to Champ's point, there's a lot of things that open up for you and unlock on you. So don't race. Don't please hear me out. Do not race levels 1 through 15. Don't do it. Enjoy the experience. Unless you are a company commander. Roger, I get it. If you're a company commander, go get that freaking faction company created. Roger. But if you're not part of that, enjoy the ride. But stay on the main story quest until about 12 or 13. This is going to unlock camps. It's going to unlock your faction. It's going to unlock being able to join your company. I cannot stress that enough. You can always go back to the main storyline, but you're going to find yourself wanting, if you get to Everfall and you're confused, right? You're confused about where you should be and what you should be doing. So stay on the main story quest, go back and pick up the additional quests if you hit level 12 and you're like, hey, what else can I do? But please enjoy the sights and sounds, enjoy the experience, but stay on the main story quest until you have the basics unlocked. Because the first time you go into enemy territory and you die, and you've got to respawn 6 kilometers at the last place that you visited, you're probably going to hate yourself a little bit. Real talk, right? So stay on the main story quest until about 12 or 13, and then do whatever the F you want to do. Right?
Pro tip.
Enjoy the game.
Pro tip, make sure that you save yourself to a camp before you get to that level. Before you get your own camp, you can save yourself to other people's camps. So
Yes.
do that so you don't have that issue, because that's something else that's pretty nice as you build up to that camp. Or if you don't have the stuff, if you see a camp there, it's in the area you want to do your missions in, go ahead and link up to that camp so you can start there. That's another trip too.
If you're doing screenshots with Loreseeker Cache, sync to a camp, because you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Run a long way. We died a lot.
We died so many times trying to take a damn screenshot, man.
That time I got yeeted. When I got yeeted off the platform by that one dude,
like off the map.
Airborne.
Like, you were taking off, dude. You were gone. I was like, all right, there goes Bruce.
It was pretty good.
Oh man. So before you screenshot, visit a campfire.
Yeah, agreed. All right,
Go
so
ahead,
we got
Chips.
about 10 minutes before we got to wrap this thing up. Is there anything like before, and don't leave yet, guys, because we're going to do a huge raid, and that's like one of those exciting things that we do here at Loreseekers.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the stream, so don't leave. We want to blow someone's mind with all 100 and, what was it, 5+ of you hanging out here. Like, so we have the show in 2 days, but before we get there, like, and we'll ask the same thing there, like, what's the final thing, like, if you could think about or talk about, like, with New World that has you excited? Like, what's that one thing?
Yeah.
I'll go first. This game is so good that a non-gamer wife of mine who has never played a game in her entire life, I bought her a computer, a desk. I bought her a nice headset with some cat ears that have digital color to it. I bought her monitors. For the first time in her life, she's going to play a video game.
Yeah.
And that is a testament to New World and how good it looks. That's a testament to New World and how good it sounds. That's a testament to the community that I'm a part of, that Governor Sullis has put his work into. That's the testament to this game.
Yep.
And that means a lot to me. And that's why, like I said in the last show, I'm in it for the long haul. I am going to talk about negative things too, and we're going to talk about those things because that's part of the game. As content creators, we have an obligation to call out things that need to be addressed. But as of right now, I love this damn game because I'm going to be sitting next to my wife playing a video game for the first time in my entire life. We've been married 24 years, bro.
That's
24
awesome.
years.
Yeah.
And she's watched. And now she's getting to meet all these amazing people that I've been friends with for all these years. So that's mine.
Can we just take that veil off real quick? That is a testimony. Like, let's take the stupid faux pas away from gaming. That is a testimony of what the community can bring to an individual or a group of people. Like, let's just be real with ourselves. That's a testimony. That's phenomenal, dude. Like, I'm not saying your marriage is saved by her joining the gaming community,
No.
but that is an experience. That is an experience that is cherished, and that's something that you're going to be able to experience with her. And that's an amazing, amazing experience, dude.
Absolutely.
That's phenomenal. Phenomenal, man.
That's awesome. Well, what's yours, Solis?
So Champ called it the community, right? So having started what we've started prior to the game even launching, we truly do have a family going into this, right? And it's a family going into something that is sandbox. It's a family that is going into something that doesn't have parameters. Like, we don't know where this is going. We have no idea. Right? There's no sort of left or right limit. So in this moment, in this time where we find ourselves, is the ability to create a community, a family, which I would say we have done. We have created a family that is embarking on an adventure that no one can tell me where it's going.
Right.
And you don't get to experience that in any other situation. Right. In no other MMO and no other game can you say that there's a family that is growing that could go literally anywhere. And so what I'm seeing in the polls that we're taking and the engagement that I'm seeing and the social media and New World's involvement in what we're doing, like, there is some incredible things happening. And right now, those incredible things that are happening to 90+ individuals in the Loreseekers company.
Yeah.
And I think right now is a really good opportunity to kind of like interject and just say, look, if you want to be part of this family, it's open to literally anybody with no cap. Loreseekerscast.com. You go to that, go to the company, go to apply, become part of our family. Obviously, we have to select a 100 that's going to be in game with us, but that's not what's important. What's important is that you find a home. You find a place where you can relate. We talked about PTSD a couple minutes ago. We've got real life grown ass adults that are able to bond, have the brothership. I say shield maidens in my RP experience, but we have this amazing, amazing family and community, again, with no left or right limits. And that is what I'm holding my hat on. Yeah. That is what I'm going into September 28th with, is that is intangible. That is something that you cannot get in any other game in this current moment. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of just pivot off of that. Like, gaming's better with friends. And, like when we came from ESO, it was a wonderful time. And you would meet 10s, 20s, 100s people, and people just coming together and forging these relationships. People you never know existed. It's cool now that we're seeing new world creators who are working together who met because of ESO. We were able to kind of have a part in that. It was really, really special to see. And that's the same thing here. Like at the end of the day, gaming's better with friends. So whether or not you're in the 100, that can be in the game with us, come be a part of the community. We'd love to meet you. And for those who are here hanging out tonight, as we kind of wrap things up, thank you so much, everyone, for the follows. Most recently, Raquel, Droobies, Lou, Headblade, Selmy, and the subs and everyone else, subs, follows, all the things. And I like your cups. And thanks so much for hanging out tonight. In 2 days, so here's what's gonna happen. So this is Monday. So in 2 days, actually our newest episode just released today. It's dropped. It's on podcast feeds everywhere, so go check that out. Cash, myself, Jibs, and then Champ. We talk PvP scaling. We answer your mail. All kinds of good stuff. We talk about our open beta experiences. Now, Wednesday morning, Solus's Loreseekers 2A tournament is going to drop, and that is the story pretty much of the company. And I'm a big believer in audio. I teach audio engineering, and I just want to say, like, what he's doing is fantastic. And you definitely need to go take a minute and just close your eyes and listen. Just close your eyes and listen, whether it's in bed, wherever, where you're safe. Don't drive and close your eyes. But, just close your eyes and listen to the sounds, and it'll blow your mind. So that will drop early morning on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, come back here. We have Loreseekers Live. That's when we do the live show, and you can be a part of this, except it's in our podcast format. It's a whole lot different. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, to everyone who's here, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't leave. Let's queue up. We're going to go raid Nosidon. And
I like it.
Let's blow his mind. Everyone queue up. Let's queue up. Let's just go in there and Loreseeker cannonballs. I want to wait till this thing's at least 80. Give me 3 more. Come on, give me 3 more.
Come on. Keep it up.
More.
Come
Let's
on,
go.
there's
Come on,
2.
babies.
We need 1. 2 more.
One more.
Come on.
Come on.
We got
Just
70.
doing
Okay, we
it.
got 79,
Just
79,
doing
79,
it.
79, 79.
Do it,
We're losing people now. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, friends,
This
thank you so
is
much for
awesome.
hanging out. We
Much
love
love.
you, and have a great time. Great evening. See ya.